something.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pugmire Pioneer Puppers, episode 40.
Woo!
Yay!
The war episode.
Oh, we are about to kick some butt.
All of the butt shall be.
So,
Exactly.
as you writing your Quetzalcoatl,
Mhm.
Alexandria and Bayo, turning what should have been a 6-day march into a 3-day march, because the king decided to ride in early. You have had a day and a half to set up the forward operating base as well as the mash tents. And as you crest the hill and see the battle map for the first time, you are hit with the knowledge that what you thought would just be a few hundred badgers is closer to a few thousand.
Oh.
Lord.
It's a bit alarming. It's fine. As we're entering, just the perfect sunlight streaming from me down on me and Bayo. You know, the wind ruffling our fur, the light sound of music. It's fine. You know, it's fine.
Okay, both of you roll me. Is there an intimidation in this?
Yes, there is. Hear me out, Talon. Can I roll bluff or persuade?
I
I have a
mean, you
efficiency in
both
those.
have advantage because of the Quetzalcoatl.
Okay, I'll take my intimidate. Oh, well, good thing we have advantage. I'm using a card.
What's the D10?
That's a D20.
What? Yes, I know. I'm asking Bayo why she rolled the.
Thank
There you
God. Is it combined talent with our efforts?
Yeah. Is that your mouse being finicky again, Bayo? Bayo?
Bayo? Oh, I've been fucking muted this entire fucking time.
Lovely.
Right, so the D20 was because I didn't realize we had an intimidate button, right?
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh, we have one and we have advantage. Let me actually go click the button now.
Yes.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, oh, well, so as you were like, oh, can it be combined? And I had no idea what she was talking about because my mouse had clicked me off, right? And I was on a different webpage. And I came back, I'm like, oh, nat 20.
Compare that comparatively.
Yep.
So I
Very much that little sister I helped.
I like to think what happened is like, you know, we were about to step forward together, but maybe you got hit in like the face with like a puff of something, and I just ended not realizing I stepped forward, so most of the effect's on me.
Oh yeah, no. This is you guys on the Quetzalcoatl.
Right, I mean like stepping forward. Like,
I'm
Oh, yeah, no,
behind you.
absolutely.
I'm behind you holding your
Right.
waist.
Yes, you're making sure I don't fall. I think
no.
that's
I'd say it's her panic screaming. It's too high.
Oh.
It's too high.
Oh, okay. I was willing to give her that Brianna thinks that she's just trying to keep her steady.
Yeah,
No one can. We're so high up. No one can hear us. It's fine.
I think after that's what it starts as, and then we lower a little bit so that they can hear me.
Yep.
And Brianna will call out to the Badgers. Greetings, Badgers. We can either make this really easy or really hard. Join me, and you won't die.
Okay. Give me.
And I think, like, as I like after that die part, you know, like there's like a puff of flame, not like actually, but just like a puff of flame to kind of make a point. And I think I deserve it because of my nat 20.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, so now, what would you like me to roll?
I am actually rolling the opposed.
Oh shit.
So that is one fail.
Oh
So,
shit.
what we could do, right, is do you want me to roll D100 for like a percentage 2 times and I get the higher?
Yeah, I'm rolling for the bosses right now.
Oh, okay. So one boss is mine now, right?
Yeah, one boss has thrown down his weapons. One boss,
I think
yeah.
I will as like fight for me, and I will promise you a better life.
So there are 5 bosses total.
Okay.
Mhm.
They have to beat a 20, right?
They don't have to beat it, they just have to come up close enough to where they're not completely cowed.
Okay, so the 11 also failed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shouldn't they roll at disadvantage?
This is disadvantage.
Oh,
We can't completely destroy Talon's encounter.
Listen, we can. He'd love it. Okay, so I get assume. Listen, that 15, did it succeed? Because listen, that 20 is really good, Talon.
The 15 did not succeed. You have
Okay.
literally all of the Badger chieftains have thrown down their weapons.
Uh-huh.
The only one that has not thrown down his weapons is the Badger King.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh, I think I looked the Badger King, right? You know, or I like kind of look for where I think he is in the vicinity. Is like, you not coming to me, you.
Yep.
Godspeed.
Yep. He looks up at you and just actually give me a perception check.
I have to remember we do have that option as
It's notice, sorry.
Yeah.
Notice.
I'm just like, yes, before I just start rolling d20s, there is a thing. What number is that before I start clicking?
That's 17.
Okay. Can I have advantage?
You don't need it for this.
Okay, alright.
So, all of the chieftains that threw down their weapons come up to about the Badger King's knee.
Mm-hmm.
He is wielding a axe that is probably as big as Rosabella is.
Uh-huh. Okay. This is my thought process then. So I think hold on.
I have a thought that I may or may not work.
I also have a thought that may or may not work. But depending on what I read in the next moment.
Mm-hmm.
Is this concentration? No. No, fuck. It is concentration. Do I think if I land near the Badger King, right? Do I think the rest of the army would swarm in on us? Or no, because they probably would.
They probably would. Most of these are honey badgers.
Okay.
Question for you, Talon.
Yes.
How far away are we from him currently?
Depending on how high up in the air, laterally you're about 80 feet, probably vertically 60 or 70.
I think I'm too far away.
Mm-hmm. My plan was gonna make me drop concentration because I believe. Hold on, maybe. I believe the spell for Noodle is concentration.
Ugh, I'm double checking something on mine. Yeah, because if we're about 80 feet, I cannot vicious mockery this man. I can't cowl him.
So would we get percentages of their army based on our chieftain kings, or would that be a percentage if I like rolled of how many honey batters like drop their fight?
That would be how many drop the fight.
Okay, you want me to roll a percentage for that?
Yes.
Okay, can I have an advantage?
You probably don't need it, but go ahead. You are
Alright, I'm
riding
gonna
a
write-
giant-ass fucking...
Right, I mean, giant ass Noodle, 4 of the 5, you know, so I'll roll a 2d100. The 84. That one was first anyway, so 84% of their army.
Yeah, so that's a little over half.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like to think that we see like a wave of them just separate.
Oh, yeah. No, there are a lot of. Okay, so with that, about 84% of the army coming out, and started at 6,000. What is 84% of 6,000? I'm really bad at math.
Oh, hold on. I got you. Don't worry, Talon. I got you. 84% times 6,000. That's 5,040.
Okay, so yeah, you're left with under 1,000.
Yes, 960 to be exact.
Yeah.
So I think I call out to the Badger King, right? Most of the army has left you. I'll give you a choice. Either you kneel or you fight me.
Go ahead and give me a persuade.
As that's happening, can Alexandria use prestidigitation to create like this like roar that just echoes from around like our mount?
Yes.
Brianna's on a fucking roll tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 26 talent.
Hell yeah, I see it. And
Oh.
oh my god.
He's screwed.
I guess the enemies also get cards, Talon.
They do.
You know what? Give it to him. Give it to him. Tell him to beat my fucking 26. Because let me tell you, Talon, 20 plus 3 is still lower than 26.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh my god. Well, there goes
Neil.
the big old encounter I had planned.
Neil.
Yeah, he will, so he's going to do something else other than
Okay.
kneel. Because
Okay.
this guy, he is going to take his axe and remove his own head.
Damn.
Brianna,
Alexandria.
is there a bit of cultural education that I'm missing between us and Badgers?
Yes.
Brianna gives like a slight nod.
So, you just talked a Badger Battle Master down. Literally, they are only trained to do one thing from the day they're born: fight and kill.
It's fine. You put the sisters together on a dragon. What do you expect to happen?
I'll let you know right now, as Brianna looks, they are going to be part of her empire plan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you would do something, but I thought there would be a fight with the minions, at least.
Yeah.
So I think Brianna is. I commend all of you for making a better choice for your future. You remaining chieftains, meet with me after this, and we will discuss what it will look like.
So yeah, the entire 12,000 member army you brought to bear against these badgers are now standing around with nothing to do.
Listen, I like to think that they look at me in both disbelief and awe.
A bit, yeah.
Listen, I think that cult that's been like building, I feel like a percentage
Oh,
of them.
absolutely.
I was about to say, you know, more to the Bayo cult, I guess.
Yeah.
Just out of everyone here, just real quick, roll 1d100. I like to say about 48% joined this cult. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot, Talon.
Mm-hmm.
You do hear, well, actually, you don't hear it well, but you do hear some rather colorful language from the front lines. The old dogs are not happy.
Oh
They're
God.
at least impressed, right?
Oh, they're impressed, but they're not happy because they wanted to fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I was like, hey, Badgers, they would like a fight. If you would like to fight, just some of you, you know, y'all can just tussle it out. Do not kill each other.
I was about to add, do not make it lethal and...
Winner of that tournament, we'll talk about a reward.
Okay, yeah. So with that, you guys can move into the dungeon now.
Yeah. I guess as we probably have to dismount our mount.
Oh, absolutely.
Alexander is just gonna keep that light shining down on her and her sister. I imagine we still have that beautiful light music around us. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll head on in.
You make your way into the first floor of the dungeon. The entire area, sorry, the background's white. It wasn't really, it was a free map and that was the best I had.
No, you're good.
So you enter from this direction. It is lined up with the bunker on the top of the ground. There is no light in here. Everything is pitch black. The only light is a small red light bulb hanging in the opposite direction of the door, kind of blinking on and off.
Before we move on, I just want to know if this guaranteed all of the old dogs living.
Yes.
Thank God.
Well,
bastards. No.
Yes, it did, but I mean, a lot of them are old enough they're probably going to die soon anyway.
Right, but not from this battle.
Right.
Yeah, but they also, I want to say that Bayo got way less popular with the old dogs.
Oh, absolutely. They wanted to go out swinging.
Yeah.
I mean, they can. We'll find reason to them.
As we're kind of coming down, preparing to head into the dungeon, would Alexander have been able to make eye contact with the old dogs?
Yes.
So I think she kind of looks back towards them. She looks between them and Bayo, and then turns back and just... If you wish to join us, we do not know what exactly lies within. I will not stop you.
You hear a lot of grumbling, and Rex kind of slowly using his maul as a crutch comes up to you and like, a lot of our hips aren't that great, and we're not sure about climbing and running through dungeons and everything, but I think we will wrestle with some of the youngins up here. Just get it out of our system, and well...
Grandfather.
Yeah?
Would you mind, as you go through, and I kind of gesture towards the armory, any one of potential interest for Kane?
I will keep an eye out.
Brianna nods to him.
I think Alexandria will just kind of incline her head and just be safe. Pass my apologies on to the rest of the old dogs.
Yeah, I will.
And she'll kind of incline her head a little bit further in respect, and then kind of just turn on her heel and keep pace with Rosabella.
Yep. His 3-day march was not good for the old dogs. A lot of them are limping.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them, that I like that they're weighing their pros and cons, right? Like, you know, maybe they could get like a new... And I mean, like, I feel like Rex might have told them about Olympic plans and stuff. They can still go out dying and fighting.
Yeah.
Listen, Bayo, you can't argue your way out of you took this away from them.
Listen, I feel like Brianna's other thought is that they can still train the new generation, too.
Oh yeah, no, Alexander will be having conversations with father about that later. But yeah, no, you can't argue your way out of this one.
Yep,
Listen, they can be as mad as they want, but they can never not give me credit that I literally stopped an entire battle. That should make me the scariest person in the world.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I have to be
done a lot.
Terrified, because I'll be really honest, my plan was if we didn't go this fight, I was gonna polymorph that bitch into a goldfish.
Yeah. Lord.
I mean, yeah, no, you stopped the fight. You just kind of took an honorable death away from the old dogs.
Yeah, and also maybe a little bit of honor away from the young pups that wanted to prove themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like, here's the thing. Bayo's still very popular, beloved king. I do think that takes at least a point of hit, like, where there's going to be a little bit of anger there.
I think they also have to think that maybe these people aren't that great of a fight if just from a couple of words I put them in submission.
To be fair, we were riding on a dragon.
Right.
I would also submit to somebody who was riding on a dragon.
Oh yeah, no,
Right.
absolutely.
So like, hear me out. Like, if these people did like missed my persuasion, right? Like they fought, that would have been like, I think, a very satisfying battle for them, right? But they have to understand these people backed down, and one of them chose to just end his life rather than going out in a battle. Perhaps they should maybe consider I saved them from what is maybe not as worthy of them as they thought it was going to be.
I feel like we just spent months and months and months training this army for no goddamn reason.
No, because now we can have a official army of Pugmire.
Yeah.
Alexandria spent so much time for what?
Not
Everyone,
gonna lie, Rosabella is probably very bored at the current moment.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I can imagine her little group looking at her and being like, "That's it," and Rosabella just,
listen, I think the disbelief has to be greater. This is over 1,000 people, right? That
Yep.
just, like, gave up, right? If it was like 100, whatever, but Brianna got thousands of people.
"Oh no!" Like, it's very amusing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever all that happened, even though I was on mute, I laughed so hard I started having a coughing fit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
do you
over
also
here
feel
like-
bad that we took that away from Talon?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I
I'm over
expect
here
weird
like-
shit to happen.
I'm over here like, "Oh my god, she just convinced an entire army to not fight. Oh my god."
Oh, yes.
Theo is the most terrifying character.
Yeah.
Brianna is the most terrifying dog to exist in all of Pugmire. I don't know why anybody would be afraid of anybody else. We got Brianna.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Listen, I feel like this has to go spreading amongst the lands, right? And I'll be honest, I feel like it would be both great for Pugmire because a king that had thousands kneel, right, and did
Mhm.
not lift a fucking finger, right?
Yeah.
Like, that should discourage any other potential issues for a while. And I would
Yeah.
like to think that it would encourage people to come to us for thinking they would be under my safety.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And have
On the other hand, I don't think I think now we don't get any cool stories written about us. The rest of
Oh.
us, I think we've kind of been forgotten to time.
Oh, correct.
Yeah.
you can have that like news writer that blows stuff out of proportion.
Yeah.
You're kissing me.
Yeah. Maybe Kiss Me will write about us and make us cool, Talon.
You can hope.
Yeah. But yeah, we go in.
Yep, you enter into the dungeon. It is, as I said, it is dark, and the first room is only illuminated by a small blinking light over, which is hanging atop 3 levers and a symbol that none of you, as dogs, have ever seen before.
Huh. So
I'm
it's-
getting to it.
My brain's working, Talon. Is it similar at all to the thing on the Masked Man that Alexandria saw forever ago?
No,
Okay.
it is this.
Oh no, that's a little concerning. Hey Talon, because I do have the ability. My sense trap is just going.
Yeah.
Is my trap sense going off at all?
No, there is no trap. There is words, but you are unable to read it because of the level of light. And what are you culturing, Echo?
The symbol.
Ah, yeah, it is the tri-chevron I have posted in general.
Yeah. was before. Like,
Yeah, no, that's fine. You would know. You have seen this before. It is in books about the wasteland. So this is. It has been long enough in time to where most radiation would have petered out and the half-lives would have been cut significantly. But this is a symbol that normally denotes a wasteland or something dangerous of the type. Most dogs who have seen this symbol have basically just equated it to extreme danger.
Hey Talon, so I did take a new trick called Smell the Unseen.
Yes.
So it's a difficulty equal to 10 plus the target's wisdom modifier. Like I have to make a wisdom check. Can I like just as we're stepping down, kind of Alexandria twitches her little nose and see if I can sniff anything out?
Yes, you can.
All right. Okay, my wisdom is -1.
And it's against the target's wisdom check?
It's against their DC. Let me pull it up again.
Okay.
So that's an 11. It's 10 plus the target's wisdom modifier.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
I don't smell anything, or am I
no,
good?
You smell it. You beat it by 1.
Okay.
The target's wisdom is 11.
Oh shit. Yeah. So like as we're stepping down, Alexandria's little nose is just twitching.
So
just a reminder too, Talon, I always have that phantom watchdog.
yes, it would be of no effect for what Alexandria
Yeah.
is smelling.
Oh, mostly just for a reminder that it's invisible. It can see invisible creatures, and anything that comes within like 30 feet of. Hold on, I have to actually look. You can keep going, but I was looking at like the 5e as a reference, but I want to I know if anything gets too close to me and it's gonna be hostile to me, it's gonna like it will attack them. But there's one where if it gets within 30 feet of me without a quote-unquote password, it will bark loudly.
Okay.
But I need to reference that last part.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not within your range for it to notice it, what you're smelling specifically. But, so, because you passed on the smell check, you do know it's there. It is outside of the 30-foot range, but there are several, and it is not invisible. You just cannot see it. And my cats are on one today.
Oh no.
So there is no trap immediately, like within the main room you're in that you can find. There's just the 3 levers. But you can. Not only do you smell the faint scent of old blood, but you also hear disquieting babbling.
Is it a voice I recognize?
No.
Okay. So I think Alexandria, just as we're stepping down, I imagine she's probably like second in line right behind Rosabella. She will kind of reach out and just put a paw on the small of Rosabella's back and just hold for a moment.
She would stop as soon as Alexandria asked her to.
And I think that's when like her nose just does that little twitch, her little ears flick, and she just, there's something up ahead. I'm not quite sure what exactly it is, but it is babbling on as if it is distressed, and there's blood. With a glance, I don't believe the room is trapped. However, it would be wise for us to advance prepared.
As you
Phillips
are finishing this
nods.
conversation, the red light that has been blinking blinks brighter for a minute and then goes out.
Oh no.
Within the span of probably about 30 seconds, it starts blinking again. I will actually, because I can't show... Actually, I might be able to show this on Roll20. You can't see that, can you?
Not really, but I can
can.
imagine it. Oh, wait, like the Morse code. Like in the chat box.
Yes.
Hey, Talon.
Yes.
Given that our grandfather was a military man and that we likely had a lot of education in our youth,
You
Would
would be
we?
able to read some Morse code.
what do I understand is it's like blinking.
This is blinking SOS.
Brianna, do you remember our lessons from grandfather when we were pups?
Yes.
Right. That is absolutely a distress signal. Now, from what I'm unsure, and it could likely be a trap from father.
I could send Nightwing ahead for reconnaissance.
I would recommend not, because it would give our position away. I think it best we advance as quietly as we can. Stick together, and see what we can find ahead. Rosabella, would you lead the way?
Before we go, Alexandria, if we were to, what do you think? Do you think Father would keep trinkets from our childhood?
Oh, absolutely not. Do you think that man ever had a care?
No, I'm just trying to think of an item he would have right now that I could potentially know.
Grandfather.
Oh, wait, hold on, I have a better spell.
Well, no, because I think Alexandria will just. Father usually wore a family crest pin unless he has disposed of it.
Do you think he would still have that?
It would have been removed when he was kicked out of the family.
Yeah. Would Alexandria, from the fact that she had way more interaction with her father than I guess Brianna ever would have, not pleasant interaction, but interaction, would she have known anything that their father wore always?
A garish purple handkerchief.
Right, he did have that handkerchief. The
I have
purple one.
2 things I could do right now, but I cannot do them at the same time.
Right, what are the options?
So, 2 of the spells that I have learned in my very obsessive work period time. One would help us track based on if he has the handkerchief. If he doesn't, it won't help. The other one will probably be more helpful. I could have us, if I maybe was carried on Rosabella's back, I have a way to invisibly scout for us.
What exactly would you do?
Think of it like having an invisible eye.
I would not be against it, however, I would think knowing where father is exactly may be better. We could scout ahead a bit. Again, though, I'm not quite sure what exactly we would trip going forward. And I would rather not have you near the front line.
At worst, if I think something's gonna hurt me, I'll dimension door out of the way.
Rosabella, the choice is yours.
So the options are essentially, one would be to figure out.
So what I could do is I could cast either locate object, right, which would focus, and it would let me for 10 minutes, so I would have to recast it every 10 minutes. As long as this object is within 1,000 feet of us, we will know like a direction to go.
Yes, that would be the option where you would be focusing on like the handkerchief.
Right, and I wouldn't need to be on your back. It'd be like I'd have like a invisible compass in a sense. Right. And then the other one would be Arcane Eye, which is this invisible eye that has like dark vision and I think true sight.
Which would help us out if we were getting through the darkness of the dungeon.
Right, like if we were like scouting and stuff.
I think one of the only problems is if Rosabella is carrying you on her back,
Mm-hmm.
she could probably hold you with one arm. I mean,
Mhm.
and maintain
Yeah.
another arm for
Oh,
battle.
like I could like dismount because if we get into, I would just have to drop. I would probably just drop concentration.
Yeah. Another thing to
Okay.
consider is that nanites can be sensed and can set stuff off, and we know that there's a thing down here involving Nano. So we might be putting Nano at risk of triggering that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm thinking the second one might be less the first one might be less obtrusive. It won't give us as much information, like above table will not give us as much information. But I'm thinking that might be the easier option.
Okay.
I think the first option as well.
All right. So I think, and if you want, you can roll a percentage, Talon, if he has it or not.
No, I know what he has. You can go ahead and roll the spell.
Okay. So I cast locate object, right? And I describe that purple handkerchief.
I like to imagine Alexander's like whispering in your ear, giving you like exact details.
Yeah, because I probably need you to.
Yeah, it's garish not because it's purple, but because of what's on it, and I will not go into details on
Okay.
the recording.
Mm-hmm.
I have questions later, Talon.
Yes, I figured you would.
Okay.
Yes, there is a location. The way I remember the locate object spell working
Mm-hmm.
is it is a direct line, correct?
So I can sense the direction, so that I would say that was definitely like a direct line.
Okay.
It has to be within 1,000 feet. If it's in motion, I would know the direction of the movement.
Okay. So yes, it is. So the direction you find, it's not moving. It is static at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but it is directly down from you.
So I think I just point down.
I think Alexander kind of will just give that very graceful little wave of her arm, just lead the way, Rosabella.
Okay. Do you want us to put our tokens out here, Talon?
Yes, please. There are traps in here, just none in the entrance hall.
All right, how Trap Sense works. I was trying to help you, and I think I made it worse. How Trap Sense works, Talon. Let me pull it up. I have advantage when avoiding them. I double my proficiency bonus on all checks to bypass them. And I believe I know roughly where, like, if something's coming up.
You'll know when they're coming up.
Okay. I'm more than willing to do a roll so it feels more fair. So I just don't automatically know.
No, that's fine. I
Okay.
planned this around you, basically.
Okay. Okay, cool. Little ears are twitching, nose is twitching.
So
Very
yes,
focused.
I will say, as you enter in, there is a door immediately to your right, but there is no handle, no latch.
A door with no handle and no latch. But is it metal?
It is metal.
Okay. That makes it less... Well, that makes it where she can't, like, just... Oh, could she kick it in?
You can definitely try.
Go, Rosabella, use those
I
muscles
can
you work so
help.
hard for.
Yeah, I can help.
What do you want me to roll, Talon?
It would be a strength check or an attack. This is a secured metal door, so it would be an attack. And Echo does say he could help.
What do you got, kiddo?
Well, I can cast resistance to make you stronger. Excuse me. Yeah, but stronger muscles.
Is that what resistance does?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful. What do you think, Jess? You want resistance?
I mean... Maybe she can try kicking it once, and then if it doesn't, like...
It gives you a D4 to a saving throw.
Okay, and this wouldn't be a saving throw, it'd be a
No.
strength check. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was similar.
Yeah.
Like a slight-
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it
a good
might-
idea,
It
kiddo.
might be different for the Pugmire one. So we can.
I don't know.
okay, I'm not finding just my strength.
Oh,
No,
what you
just
have to
an
do is.
attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it'd be an attack. So
Yes, it's an
Mhm.
attack.
which one? Which attack would I
The
hit?
best one
Doesn't
you've
matter.
got.
The best I got.
Yep.
Well, I would personally think that that's probably flame tongue. So we're gonna roll flame tongues. Oh, no. That's not gonna do anything.
No.
You have. You want to use a card? You got cards.
You know. Sure, because I'm curious. I am a curious pupper. So give me a second. Let me throw that out here. There you go, Talon. So we're gonna try. We'll try it one more time. How about that?
I'm blowing on them, Jess. I'm blowing on your dice.
One.
Woo!
You connect squarely. The 10 was actually good enough of it. It's a door. It's not moving, but it does have a hardness resistance. You put probably a quarter-sized dent into the door, and that's it.
I'm trying to think. Hey, Talon, does the door have any? As Alexander's kind of like peeking around while Rosabella's kicking the shit out of the door. Does it have any marks on it, like specifically other than what Rosabella's added?
No. It is just a. It is a shiny silver door with a glass pane in the top that has wires running through the glass.
I think Alexander just kind of like looks up at the wires and just, Rosabella,
As in their safety glass.
can I break the safety glass?
It's the bulletproof kind.
No, oh no. Would you mind if I step past you for just a moment?
Rosabella would just kind of step to the side.
Alexandria will kind of step forward, and just kind of run her paw over the metal. Can she feel anything anywhere where it divots? Anything that stands out other than the dents that Rosabella has now added to it?
The dents that Rosabella has added to it, it is smooth as glass. Go ahead and whoever wants to give me a notice check.
A notice?
I am turning off my 3D dice.
Sometimes it helps, sometimes it hurts.
I know, yeah.
Yep. Just waiting to see if anybody else wants to roll, or there we go.
It's everyone but me.
Yeah. Yes, so, Bayo, Rosabella, and Echo, you all three notice there is a wire coming out of the top of the door to the 3 switches on the wall.
Alexandria,
Yes.
could you do something about that?
I think Alexandria will kind of like look up at the wire, look where it goes to the switches. Talon, have I ever seen a trap like this? Or know of one that would work like this?
This is not a trap. I will tell you that.
Can I tell where the wire's running? Like, with the switches?
Runs over the ceiling. It is a box with 3 switches. They are about the size of light switches.
Can I trot my cute little butt on over there and are there marks on the switches? What does it say on the switches?
They are unmarked.
Do any of them, can I just like, as I'm looking them over, do any of them like smell more like someone has touched them recently?
The middle one smells like the old dried blood you've been smelling.
Do the others smell like anything?
Grease.
Grease. So the blood I'm smelling, is it like in that entryway area where we are standing?
Yes.
Right, I would believe there is a possibility that we would not wish to touch the middle one if it has a connection to the blood that I'm smelling everywhere else. Otherwise, it could be that someone was running, got in here through it. Does it look like, how is the blood like pooled like there was a body there, or is it pooled like somebody dragged themselves through that entryway?
No, it's more like there is a slight rusty sheen to the middle switch, like someone had blood on their hands when they flipped it.
Oh, and I think I was staring just immediately, right. If everyone could step out of the hallway, ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of, she'll wait for everyone to step out. And she's just gonna flip the middle switch.
There is a chunk, like, you know, when you flip a switch and you hear and yeah, so give me 1 second.
Her little ears just go back in that, like, oh god. Oh wow. Oh wow, it's way more high definition. There's light.
You turned the lights on.
Oh shit. Does anything seem more apparent now that the lights are on?
Yes, there are words and markings carved into the switches.
What do they say?
The middle one does say lights. The right one says lockdown. The left one says emergency flood.
Can I hit the lockdown one?
Yes. As soon as you do, the red light goes out, and you hear a whoosh as the door opens.
Do we believe it would be more beneficial to turn the lights back off or leave them on? Because if we turn them back off, it will be easier for us to blend in.
The emergency flood is not saying we can flood the place, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Right, hear me out, sister. What if we flood them out?
Absolutely not. I, at the very least, want to encounter Father not soaking wet. I want to ruin him by my own paws.
But you would. You just have to flip the switch.
No. That's an easy way out, and Grandfather would not approve of it.
You know,
Awesome.
that really feels ominous in a way. As Rosabella's just staring at the switch because she's just like, why would you have that up here?
It doesn't make any sense, but
What? That feels like a trap. That feels wrong.
It
I don't
does feel like a bit of a
that.
trap. Exactly.
While we're talking, do I feel any movement?
Yes.
He's
There-
moving, by the way. Does it feel erratic by chance?
Yes.
It's
Right.
very erratically moving.
Right, I suggest we just go ahead and head down. Hey, Talon,
Yes.
can I disarm the flood portion of this switch? Can I, like, just take the thing off so nobody can come down and flood us out while we're going down?
Okay, this would be... Oh, so, give me... any dexterity based skill you have to go ahead and take the plate off of the...
Can I use sneak? Because I have proficiency in that.
You are basically using your dagger as a screwdriver to take the flathead screws out of the faceplate of the switches.
I'm gonna use sneak because I have advantage in that. Whoa, I didn't need to roll it twice, but I got the same thing both times.
Yep.
19.
Yeah, it's a little fiddly. You do eventually get the screws out and you take the plate off.
Mm-hmm.
As you remove the plate, a piece of paper falls out.
Alexandria will kind of grab it and look it over.
So it is very old and very yellowed and slightly charred where it was touching one of the wires that are holding the switches in place. On the front of it is the Kennedy Military Nuclear Silo. Proper authorization required to enter here. Lockdown mode initiated, and there is a date that is incomprehensible to you.
All right. Does it say anything else?
No, it's about the size of a post-it note.
I think Alexandria will kind of nod, and then just kind of stick it in her bag to give to the sisters later. But yeah, she will disable that, like, flood option.
You can cut a wire. Actually, getting it out and just removing the switch and keeping the wires intact with the tools you have will be next to impossible.
Okay, can I safely determine which wire to cut?
This would be pure intelligence based. Because this is not a trap, this is an electrical device.
That's a 20.
Yeah. So you figure if you cut just the little brownish kind of grayish wire.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows electrical, this is the neutral wire. Basically, it's the return. If you cut that one, the switch will stop working. It'll still be connected, and it's still technically dangerous, but it'll not be as dangerous as everything else. You might get a little zap from it, though.
Alexander has prestidigitation to fix the zap issue, so she will just kind of snip with her dagger.
Yep, as long as those two wires are... That switch will not work anymore. Technically, the way the boxes are set up, though, neither will any of the other switches. So the lights stay on and the doors stay open.
That is actually what I was about to ask you. Alexander is going to put the plate just back on, so it doesn't look like it's been fiddled with. And then, yeah, she'll just kind of nod, just, right. As long as that remains cut, no one can lock us in here, no one can flood us, and no one can turn the lights off on us. And she'll just kind of dust her little paws off, cast prestidigitation, clean herself up, remove static.
Yup.
And then she'll just, Rosabella? I would prefer if you take the forefront again.
Gotcha. Ahead of you. And Rosabella will start on her way.
Alexander will fall in right behind her.
Yep. You make your way in. There are actually clearly marked signs everywhere, made out of metal.
Oh. Do any of the signs say anything that we would probably consider important, or is it all just in the language of man, and we're just
You understand that. It's mess hall, lab, medical, and then stairs.
Brianna, where did you say he was again?
Do I have... So,
is he downstairs?
He's still downstairs, but would I be pointing, like, if let's say he was directly down before, would he be, like, maybe, like, north, west, south, east of me now, or?
He is still... It's more like he's pacing.
Okay, so I think what Brianna does is she kind of points her finger about where he is, and she just has her hand move, like, back and forth, like, in a pace motion.
I think Alexander will kind of nod and just, right. As we head down, I believe it best to try and remain as quiet as we can. I do have a bit of a favor to ask, Rosabella.
That's about where they are, Talon, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep. But I do have a bit of a favor to ask, Rosabella.
Rosabella would turn to Alexandra and just kind of raise an eyebrow.
Though it may not be wise once we reach the stairs, would you be willing to let Brianna and I take the lead?
Whatever you all need.
She'll incline her head. Incline her head. Give her that little weak smile that she's known from Alexandria for years. And then just, right. Brianna?
Sister?
And she'll hold out her arm as we near the stairs.
Brianna takes it.
Right.
And arm in arm, she'll head down the steps with her sister.
Before you head down the steps, your trap sense goes off.
Immediately, she just tightens her grip on her sister, just like, do not move an inch. Ears swiveling.
There is something in the area of the stairs. You're not sure what it is.
None of you move a paw. There's something. I smell something.
Is it within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
I think if it's like... Because I have that hound up, I feel like if it was like a person or something, it would start like...
It is a trap.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very specifically a trap?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what Alexander is. I'm a ratter. But yeah, Alexander will just kind of stop her sister, stop everyone. Where am I smelling it from, Talon? Like,
it is at the top of the stairs.
Can I pinpoint? Like, is it going across them completely? Is it in like one side?
Going across the first step, heading down.
I think Alexander will kind of
It would be easy enough to tell
closer.
in the light. It is a tripwire.
Can I disarm that?
Give me a notice check.
13.
So, you cannot see because the top of the stairs are still in the gloom and dark. But the tripwire goes across and up.
All right. Rosabella. And Alexander will kind of like wave her forward because Rosabella is the tallest.
Rosabella would go forward.
And she'll kind of like, when she's getting close enough, we'll hold out a paw to tell her to stop. And she'll kind of motion.
Instantly.
The wire runs from across the step and up. Can you see where exactly it connects in?
Give me 1 second. Just roll a notice check, Helen. Okay, give me a second.
No.
Ha
Do you want my other card?
ha ha ha.
You can either one who wants to roll a card.
What do you think, Jess? You want me to roll or do you want to roll it? You want a card?
If you roll the card, if you roll, you would be able to already be able to figure it out.
I think it makes more
Rosabella.
sense if Rosabella, because she's looking now and Alexander already failed. Do you?
Yep, Alexandria is kind of too short to see up to the ceiling, is why she's having you do this.
Yeah, I'm just a little lady. Reminder, guys, I am barely over 3 foot tall. I am like I'm a
Well, you
tiny
know what,
little
Helen?
dog.
Here you go. Take my card. If I roll it and it's not good,
Jesus Christ.
You're tall. You're tiny like me.
I know, it's the first one, so you know.
That is actually good enough.
Oh, because Rosabella's tall.
Yeah. Rosabella, you follow the wire with your eyes. At about, I'd say probably arm's reach for you, there are 3, I would say, green pineapples tied up and hanging from a wire with a odd metal ring being suspended by the wire that is attached to the tripwire.
Well, Rosabella would definitely, relay that information.
Would that kind of trap sound familiar to Alexandria at all?
You have never seen a trap like this before.
I, in all of my training, have never heard of anything like that. Can you lift me up, put me on your shoulders?
Rosabella is looking at this trap. Because, I'm sorry, did you say pineapple?
Yes, 3 green pineapples.
Alexandria's just like backing up, just doing like just waiting. I just need uppies.
Rosabella just kind of grabs her, like, underneath her, shoulders and just kind of lifts her up.
Like fucking Simba.
Simba.
So, I will, to cut out any confusion, this is a grenade bouquet trap.
So I still don't know what this is.
No, in character you do not know what this is.
So Talon, can I, in any capacity, maybe figure out how this connects?
Yes. So the way they are hung up, if you grabbed them from the bottom, like supported them from the bottom and cut the cable, they would drop into your hand and the pin would not be pulled.
All right. So I think Alexandria will just, Rosabella, I am going to need to stand on your shoulders, and I'm going to need your paws, preferably. One to keep me steady, the other to hold these as I pass them down to you. It looks like they have some sort of pin in the top of them, and I believe if it were to be pulled, it would not end favorably for us, because it looks as if they are primed to drop. So I am going to cut them so that they are in my paw, and then pass them to you. Do not let them fall.
Also,
Gotcha.
as you are working on the trap, you can see and tell this trap is quite ancient. It has probably been here for centuries, if not a millennia.
So as she's kind of like working on like cutting the wires and carefully passing it down to Rosabella, she's kind of like passing that on. And I think she just, if it is something that man considered valuable enough to rig as a trap, do you believe that we may find some use from it?
Quite possibly.
Well, I will entrust them with you.
I do not know for certain, but given how they were hanging, I believe if you pull that pin out, something will happen. However, I would recommend perhaps not holding them after you pull the pin out.
Probably not.
Yeah,
So perhaps...
it's easy enough to cut the cable and get them down. Rosabella, you now have 3 frag grenades.
Woo! That's gonna be so fun.
But Alexander will just give like a dramatic little brush off of her shoulders. And just...
Are we ready then?
Lead the way.
Loop her arm with her sisters, begin heading... Well, loop the arm with her sister, begin heading down the stairs.
Yep, you make your way down the stairs. It is smooth sailing until you get to the bottom. This is, because of the way the freaking Roll20 maps work, the bottom of the, Oh, come on. Did they... Oh, they've done it to me again. They've removed my other freaking maps.
No!
I do not have the other 2 maps that I had for this dungeon, and I cannot find them.
Oh, no. We can theater of the mind.
Yeah, it is similar in shape to the other one. They are symmetrical, other than this one it has a silo in it.
Oh. Huh.
So yes, as you reach the bottom, you are immediately aware of what you were smelling up top when you could smell the unseen.
Oh,
and what
no.
you heard whispering.
Oh, no.
Flying from corridor to corridor through the walls are several tortured spirits.
All the fur just starts standing up. Like, arm, like, tightening on her sisters.
They do not seem to have recognized that you're there. They seem to be more off in their own little world. But they are there.
Would this, if I wanted to know more about them, do you think this would fall under Arcana or History
Yes,
or Religion?
Arcana.
Okay.
Arcana or Religion, either one will work.
It's the first one. It's, oh my god, nothing's gonna make me angrier now. I mean, they're both fantastic. They really are. I like both of these numbers. I do.
But the double roll is pissing you off. So, tormented spirits are the spirits of the dead that linger in forgotten places of the world. It may be the ghost of an ancient dog hero driven insane by its years of solitude. It may be a talking skull that babbles in unknown tongues. It may even be a long-lost servant of man that has lost its way. For whatever reason, tormented spirits lurk in strange places and can terrify and injure dogs that disturb their slumber. And there are about 30 of them.
Oh. Is it something that we feel like we could possibly just sneak around them?
Possibly. They're not the most intelligent and they're not the most wise.
Brianna?
Do
you know anything that they particularly despise?
Would I? I got a 25 and a 22.
Yeah, no, so they are not harmed by much. They are immune to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage. So only magic really hurts them in any way. Mostly, don't touch them and you're fine. Don't aggravate them and you're fine.
So pretty much, we're wanting to give them as much of a wide berth as possible.
Pretty much. And
Okay.
I will say a lot of them have the shape of man, and they are wandering around like they are doing their work from before.
Right.
So is this kind of like a ignore them and just like act like they're not there, and just
act as if they're not there, and act as if we blend in, like we're supposed to be here,
and try not to bump into them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Can any of Alexandria, like, because Rosabella has her flaming tongue war axe.
It would do.
I genuinely
partial
think the only thing I
damage.
could, yeah, it would. I think the only thing I could do is vicious mockery.
Like,
I
I
do
don't
have-
want to get in a fight, but I just want to know, like,
Silver will damage them, but it's reduced damage. They're only
Yeah.
Okay.
taking. They would only take like half damage because of the silver property. The
Sure.
actual attack itself wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
have my
like-
vampire dagger.
like I know we have dimension door, and like we could probably use that at a pinch to like walk away, but let's just not fight them. We leave them alone; they leave us alone.
Right. Worst case comes to worst. Do you believe that perhaps we could make some kind of sound to draw them away if it were to go horrible?
I could.
We have the ability to create noise through the prestidigitation. We could make the sound of a siren or something down the hall away from us if they were to turn upon us. We'll figure it out as we come upon
Oh,
it.
if at worst they come at us, I have a way, provided we're situated, to put a wall between us.
Right. That could come in incredibly useful. Please keep it at your fingertips.
Mhm.
Until then, and she'll kind of like look back at Rosabelle and echo. You heard what Bayo said. Do not touch them. Do not go near them. We're going to walk straight through, and she's gonna like keep her arm looped with Bayo. She's just gonna confidently, without bumping into him, just start walking.
As soon as you get within 60 feet of the first one, I need you all to give me a wisdom save.
I'll
Because
ask
they-
Alice, would I have known? I got a 25. Would I have known this was gonna happen?
They all babble, but some of them have this ability, some of them don't. So it's not.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. Wisdom, you said?
yeah. It's a
This is
wisdom
like
save.
one of my worst stats.
Well, I can
This is-
cast resistance.
Brianna's gonna fucking roll.
Again.
You said wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
That might be
Yeah.
useful for both of us, kiddo.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, you've
Oh.
all passed.
Yay!
So
Oh.
it's a DC 13, so you're fine. This is a charm effect. They're
Okay.
incoherent babbling. Basically, you saved, and you're good. You can't be affected by the same spirit's babble for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
So it's not something that all of the tormented spirits can do. It's just a range affected thing. Once you're within their sphere of babbling. So yeah. This
Yeah,
is
so we'll-
basically the biggest trap because they're just floating around the hallways
Mhm.
and they're technically invisible, so I don't have a token for them to show you where they're at.
No, understandable. I guess we just continue on our way down then.
Yep, well, this is technically the bottom floor.
Oh.
If you wanted to explore more, you would have ran into a lot more traps because I technically had 2 more floors to go, but
Oh. Yeah, we kind of said, no, Talon, your cool stuff? Yeah, Talon. We're gonna just go straight for the end, I guess.
Listen, Brianna is a woman on a mission. You know, she's a very
Yeah, no,
very
hey,
straight
it's
to the
fine.
point kind of gal.
it's perfectly fine by me. I
Yeah.
make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails because when it does, you have backups.
Yeah. Also, as we kind of are getting through this Talon, Alexandria will just one final time clean her and her sister up.
Yeah.
And then, I know this is such a dumb idea. I think that she would have, knowing who they were facing with her father, she would have maybe brought one of the symbols of House Pomeranian that would show that she was the head. I don't know if she would have been allowed
That
to
would
leave with
be
the signet ring.
ring.
I don't know if she would have been allowed to leave with it.
There is a travel signet ring and there is an at-home signet ring. You would
She would have
probably
brought
be made to have the travel one.
Yeah, she would have brought the travel one, and it is strung around her neck over top of her clothing, so that it is in clear view.
Brianna, you would also have the crown and the signet ring of the kingdom.
Around both of those, I want Alexandria, when we know we're getting close to our father, to add like a bit of light so that it immediately draws his eyes.
Sister,
Yes.
I would like you to know, I would like to make Father magically be forced to grovel.
Of course. Can we have a bit of a conversation with him first? And then...
Oh, of course. I wanted to let you know before my impulses get the best of me.
Of course. Oh, trust me, I already have my own plans. We're going to absolutely humiliate him and make him feel a bit of the pain he's made us feel. Rosabella?
I like to think if he gets on some kind of rant, I tell him, the words, and he feels himself against his will groveling.
Of course, but let him speak a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Just squeeze my hand when you're ready.
Of course. Thank you. Rosabella?
Yes.
I want you to get your own words in. And she'll hold out her other arm.
Rosabella kind of hesitates for a second because just for a second, and then she just takes Alexandria's arm and just. Oh, there's not much I want to say more than I just want to punch him in his face, but.
Of course. At least let me get a bit of the words in, rub it in his face that I am head of the family, Brianna is king, that you are a knight, that Echo, back there, that they have never really interacted, is on his way to becoming an excellent mage, and then I will let you have your way after Brianna makes him grovel.
I would like
I just want to let him feel exactly what I felt for years.
Yes.
Of course.
So we're clear. I would also like him to come back with us so that anyone else with grievances may air out their grievances.
Oh, of course, and I was hoping that you would perhaps let Lily also get a few swings at him.
Of course, we should keep him going long enough so anyone.
Absolutely. I believe then that we have our plan settled. Chins high, chest out, shoulders back.
So
Each of us.
As you are following Bayo's locate object spell, it eventually leads you to a very thick, painted yellow door with a wheel in the center of it.
Question, are there any marks on the wheel?
No.
Does it look like you can just go and be spun?
It looks like you can just spin it. There is no window in this door, by the way.
Do I sense any traps? Real quick, just...
You do not, but Bayo, your dog is growling.
Do I see which direction it's growling in?
It is facing the door.
Uh-huh. So, is it pretty much telling me that behind the door there's people?
It is telling you that there is extreme danger behind the door.
Yeah, let's see how they feel about being turned into a goldfish.
As you crank the wheel and start opening the door, the first thing you notice is heat.
Mm-hmm.
Immense heat, as if a furnace has been on.
Mm-hmm.
As the door fully opens, there is a blast of hot air, and in the center of this room is a large cylindrical object. The room itself is completely circular, with catwalks going this way and that, and standing at a console, randomly sticking wires together, is Lucy, muttering to himself. He is missing patches of hair, and parts of his fur have fallen out, and he is babbling incoherently.
I guess Alexandria kind of just will look over at Bayo, look to Rosabella, and then start striding forward.
As soon as you take a step forward, Bayo's dog bites you.
Like to hurt me, bite me, or like a stop me, bite me?
Bite you, but it's enough to. There's a little nip to it.
I think I would also tie my grip if I say, like, where is Kendrick and Gabriel?
You look around. Go ahead and everybody give me a notice check. I do hate to do this. As you look into the room with the dim lights around, you see there are 3 bedrolls. 2 of them are currently occupied by a very thin, very hairless version of your not as well liked brothers, Kendrick
Oh,
and
no.
Gabriel.
Oh no.
One of them has blood coming out of his eyes.
Oh no. I think Alexandria just kind of draws in a breath, and her paws, just like where she's got her paws wrapped with Brianna and Alex. God damn it, names. Brianna and Rosabella just like tightens.
I think Brianna looks at them and she is kind of like biting her lip a little bit because instinctually she kind of wants to cast Healing Word on them, but she's afraid of giving position away too early.
Mm-hmm.
How big is this room, by the way? Is it like a really big room or not very?
It's a really big room. It
Perfect.
is,
don't worry about it.
yeah, there is currently an ICBM in the center of the room.
Uh-huh.
Is he babbling like the creatures upstairs?
Yes. You catch a few snippets of word. I told you I'd do it. I told you I don't know what I'm doing with the psst. Ow! That's not the right one. No, maybe if I connect this one here. Psst. No, not that one. Okay. Look, I know you told me to do this. You told me everything would be fine. The suits didn't fit. Another spark as doors randomly start opening and closing as he is messing with the wires in the cabinet. And then after he touches another wire to another wire, like the fourth or fifth time, the heat immediately disappears from the room.
Oh shit. Do we see anything else happening as the heat dissipates?
Yeah, a door on the round cylindrical thing in the middle of the room has closed. That was standing open.
Oh shit. What is Father's reaction to it?
He is still babbling incoherently. You do hear him say, kind of under his breath, but just loud enough for everyone to hear you, "This has to be worth it. I lost my only heirs."
Perhaps I suggest he just comes to us?
Or we give our position away, see what he does, be prepared to strike. Do not step a single paw inside the room.
Oh, I have an idea. What if now I use the arcane eye?
I'm hesitant that it may trip something, but if you believe it best, I will trust you.
So I snap my, like I lightly press my fingers together, and I think like I kind of open my fist, and then there's the invisible eye, and I have it go into the room.
As soon as the invisible eye goes into the room, the entire room is filled with a green fog.
I don't like that, sister.
I also don't like that. Right, we're going to give our position away, see what happens, because that is our next best option. And she'll just kind of clear her throat, kind of let go of Brianna and Rosabella, make sure that her dagger that's hidden up her sleeve is ready, and just clear her throat and just... You're only heirs then, Father?
Bayo, as the eye is floating through the room, you see Lucy is filled with this green fog, as well as Kendrick and Gabriel. He does not respond to you. He is not. Whatever he's seeing is not of this world. But you can see that the fog is soaking into him. It is starting to cool from the room. It's actually starting to settle down. You can watch as it drifts from the ceiling downwards. But he is soaked in this green fog, and it is radiating out of him and kind of swirling around him.
Can I infer that if we walk in, this fog's gonna, like, get right on us, too?
Yes.
Okay. Alexander, what if I magically grabbed him?
That might be an option, though. I mean,
Because if we go in there,
right.
I would prefer we do not have to have therapy. We don't know what that word is. I would prefer we do not have to recover from whatever this green fog is. It is quite
I don't
the
believe
effect
Anya
of it.
can handle speaking with us again for another few
no.
hours.
No,
Well,
I
but
don't
Kate
think she would
laughing
ever
on the
speak to
floor.
us again. No.
Right.
Anyone
right.
that has it, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Oh, like how I now have a little bit of magic?
Yes, anyone that has it can roll this, because it would be part of the knowledge of learning magic.
Oh, it's that 28, right? Or 29, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. I'm still a newbie at magic. That's why. I
Bayo,
tuned Darcy
Mhm.
out.
you know what this is. As the king of Pugmire, you've had to read the ancient documents. This is radiation poisoning. Acute radiation poisoning.
Oh, we're not fucking touching that. Okay, so, alright, step back a little bit, and I cast Bigby's, hold on, let me look at the range of... I'm gonna cast Bigby's spell. I want to know how close to him I can get it, though.
You can get it right up to him.
Okay, pretty much I want it to get right... I think as I'm about to cast it on, I look at Kendrick and Gabriel. I know they're terrible brothers,
You're
but
certain they're dead.
Oh, I'm certain they're dead?
You're certain they're dead. Gabriel is bleeding out of his eye sockets, and
Okay.
Kendrick is barely breathing.
Kendrick is barely breathing?
Barely breathing.
Could she get Kendrick out and we could heal him, or is it
You're
like
not
obvious he's way
you're
too
not
far
sure
gone?
If you could even heal him from this.
I think I will grab Father, and I think you just need to put them out of their misery.
Right. I think at that, Alexandria will she has her old dagger. Can she kind of flick it up into her fingers and just...
Yeah, easily.
Brianna,
Yes.
before you grab him, do you want to see me do this? You care far more about them than I do.
I think after we take care of Father, I can repeat this to they were terrible in general, but
I can end it right now so they are not suffering.
oh, I know, they must end them. I don't think we can save them.
Right. Alexandria is just going to I think at that, she will just kind of wrap her arm around Bayo's shoulders, and then she's just going to flick her dagger at Kendrick's throat.
Yeah, it's easy enough. I mean, they're unmoving, they're unarmored, they are shells of their former self. Your father is still alive, but he has taken such a massive hit of radiation that he is not aware of where he is or who he is at the moment.
So I think after that, like, I think Brianna takes like a shuddering breath, because I think she's cognizant of what they've done, who they are, and stuff. But there's still that part of her who hope for salvaging something.
Yeah, Alexandria will give her a tight little squeeze and then let her go.
Okay, and then I think she raises her paw, and then Big B's paw shows up right behind Lucy, and it grabs him.
Yep. As soon as he comes out the door, you hear the words, "I flipped the switch to flood the building, and everything was supposed to drown, but it wasn't water."
I think Brianna takes one look at Alexandria.
I think Alexandria kind of looks over at Brianna and just... I cut the switch. I could have...
Right. Going forward, I believe we have learned something.
Well, my thought process was to make them come to us at the time.
We could have made it far worse.
Fair enough. Out we go?
Backwards we go. Can you patch him enough to be cognizant?
You're going to live through this, and I cast Healing Word.
He is not beyond saving. He has taken the least amount of radiation, but he is still not going to be healthy for a while.
Yeah,
Is
this is
he-
just to make sure he gets to where we want him to be.
Hold on. Can I just turn off the radiation generating?
He already did when he was messing with the wires. It was leaking out of the
fog.
missile. Yeah, it's the green fog.
Yeah, I'm gonna just turn everything off.
You can, if you wait long enough to actually make sure that the radiation level has dropped in the area, you can go in and mess with the consoles.
Okay.
Assuming because you now have the lights working and the circulatory fans are working, it'll take a few hours for the radiation to clear out.
I'm gonna like close off the room and like
Yeah.
suck all the air out of it.
Yeah, you can do that. There is buttons for that outside, but you'll have to find them, which means going through traps and basically finding the observation room. This was a nuclear missile silo. It was meant to launch the missile and build and prep the missiles.
Yeah.
As Brianna kind of like casts Healing Word, is he more aware of what is happening?
Somewhat. He's a little more coherent, but he is still... the number one thing radiation does at this high of a level and volume, it's basically fried his brain.
Oh no.
I mean, it's not a permanent thing. It's like he's taken all the drugs.
So I guess we will just...
It'll take time before he's actually coherent.
Yeah, so I guess we'll kind of begin our trek back up. Tie him up. I got rope.
I think we have the big B's hand, like tie him up and stuff, and you know what? So we don't have to touch him.
Yeah. Well, sister?
This
In
was
time.
more anticlimactic than I thought it would be.
Me as well, but we will make our point later. And she'll kind of turn Brianna away a little bit and just don't think about them.
I think Brianna, like, you know, she opens her mouth to say something, and her eyes glisten a little bit, and she just turns her head a little bit away, but nods.
And Alexandra will just kind of keep her arm wrapped around her sister's shoulder as we begin heading back up.
I think as they start heading back up, Rosabella, I'm not gonna lie, she just has been sitting here thinking that this just feels way too easy. So I feel like she's on super alert mode right now.
Rosabella, since you're the only one that's super alert and not taking... Go ahead and roll me a notice check at advantage.
And if you need a card, you can have mine.
A notice check?
At advantage.
So
Okay,
roll it
at
twice.
advantage.
Take my card.
Yeah. Golly, come on now.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Rosabella, there is a red flashing light on the console that Lucy was messing with. And as he was pulled away, he was holding two wires that touched together. There is now the sound of rumbling coming from the large cylindrical thing in the center of the room.
Fuck.
And the doors up top are closed.
They're closed?
They're closed.
So we gotta go.
We gotta go.
I can turn off the...
This is a nuke about to launch into a closed silo.
Rosabella instantly, as
turn off
soon
the
as she
nuke.
notices it, she literally looks at it and says, "Go! We have to go! Now! Go!"
we can dimension door out, and I was like, we have to leave him.
Yeah.
I look at Alexander to say that like really
I
fast.
can turn off the nuke.
We cannot leave him.
Do you want to try and turn off the nuke? I mean, you're going to be taking a large hit of radiation.
No.
If you do it, Echo, I'll keep healing you.
We're dangling it above you.
I'll just keep healing you. Don't worry about it.
But I think Alexandria, like, as like this is all happening, just kind of looks back towards Rosabella and just there's that like look that passes between them of what do you mean we need to go?
Yeah, you can all see the smoke coming out of the bottom of the rocket now.
You can't get us all out.
No,
Brianna?
no, it's we'd have to leave in pairs. I could come back for him.
There's 2 of you that can cast Dimension Door.
Yes, but one of us would have to take Rosabella. Which would have to be Echo because of the size thing. Oh, no, hold on. I open it because we said we can just throw things through it, right?
Yep, you can.
Yeah, alright. I do that. He gets shoved out the door. I push her through the door. I push everyone out the door.
You like grab Rosabella, you're like, she's twice your size, she's yeet.
I just like...
You didn't even have to push her. She literally was ready to book it.
Yep.
I like to imagine like she was running, you literally just scoop Alexandria up, just guard instinct and just through.
The door
'Cause
is
Alexandria was
still
looking back at you.
open. If Echo wants to try and disarm the bomb, he has time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to go back through and try to disarm it?
Yeah.
Okay. While he's doing that, Rosabella, in turn, is going to be telling everybody, go.
Run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's gonna say, there's a bomb. Go. Go.
I'm gonna stay for Echo.
Alright, yep. Echo.
Right. As soon as we get out, Alexandria is just gonna start yelling to the army to move back.
Yep, clear
So
everybody
Rosabella and
back.
Alexandria are
yeah.
pushing everybody back while...
Yeah, and I think we're
Theo
helping the
and-
old dogs, like to get them because they're the slowest, just trying to get everyone back.
As
Yeah.
soon as you say there's a bomb, and they are looking for the symbol, the chevron symbol is in a few places. The old dogs start barking orders to get 5 miles back.
Yeah.
So my plan is I'm gonna let Echo go, and I'm prepared to healing word him, but I'm also prepared to, because I have 2 more charges on one staff. Is
There
I
you
will
go.
dimension door to him, grab him, and dimension door out.
Alright, Echo, I'm going to need 3 successive intelligence saves for this.
I also cast skill empowerment on him.
Absolutely. What does that do again?
Hold on, I have to pull it real fast. Skill empowerment. So skill empowerment, your magic deepens a creature's understanding of its own talent. You touch one willing creature and give it expertise in one skill of your choice until spent. So whatever would help him through that.
Okay, so add a +5 to everything, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 20, 30. Echo, you've got this. You cannot disarm the bomb. You can't stop it. The launch sequence has already begun. But you can get the door open and you can program it to land somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you want to send it north, south, east, or west? Those are the options you have.
I call out whatever keeps it away from the monarchies of Mao.
As
And
far
Pugmire.
from everything as possible.
Yep. You can
So-
send it straight north, which, because of the way the polar shift, because it's been so many centuries, north is now south.
Do we know of anything in that region?
We're
Is
gonna
it just
nuke
a desert?
Texas.
Well, yeah,
You're
let's
gonna nuke
Texas.
Florida.
We're gonna...
Yeah,
It's not the worst that Florida has seen. It is
Gulf
not
of
the worst that
Mexico.
Florida has seen.
Florida.
The Everglades are still gonna be fine.
Yep.
Nothing can hurt the Everglades.
Yep. So you send it north, and it's gonna go south, and it's going to nuke Florida.
Yeah, goodbye, y'all.
Hey Talon, you remember how we've talked about before how there were snake people there?
Yes, they're not there anymore.
Well,
R.I.P.
Actually,
RIP, y'all.
Actually, because of the size of the missile, it only has a 5-mile blast radius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, so
They're
it
fine.
depends on what city it hits.
You know, I
So
wonder
what
if
I'm
for
hearing
them,
is,
I wonder if for them this is a normal Tuesday.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just,
It probably is.
What's up, kiddo?
just send it to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes, if you know where that is in the backwards magnetic field,
Yeah.
you absolutely can.
Well, you could have it hit the Gulf, or you could have it hit the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ocean would be easier to hit because you know which direction it's in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. You still are empowered, so it's +5.
Fucking fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
he just launched
Yeah.
this
Oh,
nuke
yeah.
into an ocean.
Okay, let me see. I can't believe I actually get to use this freaking chart that I rolled up.
oh, is high good or bad, Talon?
Echo, you land this missile right on the Bikini Atoll. You've nuked Bikini Bottom.
Oh, Pugmire SpongeBob is no more.
Pugmire SpongeBob is dead.
Oh no! Pup Bog!
Oh no!
Oh my god. But yeah, so after Echo furiously typing out and setting coordinates, running wires, stabbing random wires together furiously until the door opens and you set the launch coordinates before the final check falls and the missile launches to shoot up an arc out and to the southeast. The radiation is still building, it's still falling, so you have taken a good bit of sickness, but you have saved Pugmire.
I like to think I hold my mage paw out for Echo and wait for mage paw high five as I gesture for him to get out of the radiation poisoning.
You make your way out a hero, having successfully redirected a nuclear missile.
They are going to write so many stories about me and Echo.
It's fine, it's fine. They're gonna write about me and Rosabella keeping people from getting trampled as we get the whole army back and go back for people who are getting trampled.
I'd also like to point out that Rosabella is the only one who noticed that damn bomb.
Yep.
Thank God for Rosabella not just being so focused. Her guard instinct came in so useful.
So good.
Yeah, so, Rosabella, if you hadn't have noticed the bomb, it would have taken out the mountain, the city, the town that Cain was building, and a third of Pugmire.
Oh my god.
All of us would be dead too.
Yeah.
All of us would be dead.
So we would have TPK'd, like, in the worst way.
Yeah, no, you would have basically destroyed Pugmire.
I
Oh,
would
God.
dead. All of us.
Now we got a cool story to tell.
Because, yeah, that wasn't, while it has a 5-mile blast radius, it is also a active nuclear missile.
Yeah.
The fallout would have been devastating.
Not only that, but with all of the radiation and everything, it would have just made that even more of a, like, atomic bomb.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Thank God that
The
my
rush-
alert, my guard instinct isn't, like, I was listening to all this going down and I'm like, no, this is way too easy. This is way too easy. Hold up.
Yep.
We were distracted with
no
our
way.
emotions. Yeah, we were
There's
distracted with
no
our emotions
way.
about our dad, and you were like, no, I've been a guard for many decades. Something
I
isn't
will
right.
tell you, the
Mhm.
bunker had enough uranium in it for 30 more bombs.
Oh god. We're gonna be harvesting that at some point for
Oh, yes,
Pugmire.
absolutely.
Oh my
Especially
God.
because Nano told you that's what she needs to survive.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Love that,
as,
Banana.
as we've got the army moved back Talon, and we're kind of like, I imagine Rosabella and Alexander, even though Alexander is kind of tiny, we're just kind of making sure nobody gets trampled, everyone gets safely.
I want to think that, like, they see the portal open, and out comes Brianna and Echo giving each other like a like a magic high five.
Yep. As they're doing that, here comes Rex. You see that Lucy is soaked in water. As Rex comes up carrying a bucket, um, and the other old dogs come carrying buckets, and they start dumping them over your heads.
All of our heads. Just...
Yes.
When we okay, Talon, this is just a quick question since we were raised by a military, like our grandfather's military man. Is this like an honor thing or do?
This is a decontamination thing.
I like imagine the water just gets dumped and just immediately just straight at grandfather, just the dirtiest look, just soaking wet.
I think Brianna just closes her eyes, accepts it, and she just dries herself off with prestidigitation.
I'd like to think that when they get to Rosabella's eyes are just wide. Like, she is, at the current moment, still on, like, strict guard, like, she is tense. Because she's just making sure everybody's okay. Because they watched that missile go, and all she can think of is, that was too close. That was way too close. Like, she is looking at, like, I like to think that she looks at Rex, and, like, her pupils are blown. Like, she's just kind of looking at him for that confirmation of, is everybody okay?
It's good. Everything's fine. You did good.
I like to think that he starts saying that, Rosabella collapses.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, the second you go down, Alexander is running for you.
She's like on her knees and her front paws, like she is like sitting there like panting.
As you're sitting there panting, Rex will work his old bones down next to you. He will put his arm around your shoulder, and he will kind of adjust your head and point, as you can still see the missile flying.
Oh.
She just mutters, that was too close.
Yep. It's not my first time going into a place like this. Too bad we don't have any of that blue paint.
Paint?
Blue paint.
Yeah, back in the army days, we raided this one place, and it tastes god awful, but it tastes man awful. But they say it's called something blue, but it's a paint that helps in situations like this, keeps you from getting sick.
Right.
Well, if I had enough information, I could create it.
So he doesn't know about it. In character, Rex does not know everything about it. Out of character, he is talking about Prussian blue, a man-made blue paint pigment that, when ingested or injected, will reject radiation from the body.
Oh. Trying to think. If that's something Echo can make.
If he has the stuff for it, yes. You also know somebody else that can make it.
Who do we know, Talon?
Who do you know that's an artist?
Luke. So I think it's about that time that Alexander just reaches like Rosabella, and she doesn't have the creaking of her grandfather, so she just goes straight down to her knees, and she is just going to kind of place like a hand on Rosabella's back.
Rosabella will kind of turn towards her.
We're all right. We got everyone out. We are safe. Have I ever said that you are absolutely the best guardian that I have ever seen?
Well, years of watching after you, I better damn well be.
Fair enough.
And she'll just kind of wrap her arms around Rosabella's neck just really tight, and just...
When we get home, I believe if it is some form of paint, we can have Luke see what he can do. Grandfather?
Yeah.
Are all of your unit accounted for?
Everybody's accounted for. Just Lumpy broke his leg on the run over, but he's old and has brittle bones anyway, and we told him he should have been in a wheelchair.
Lumpy, you should have listened to my grandfather, and I cast Healing Word.
Yeah, he's old. He knows what is going on.
I'm hoping that just gets him like back on his feet. We will be looking into your care. Thank you for your service.
If it doesn't.
It looks like we're all going home then, Grandfather.
Yep.
Alexander would just give him a little bit of a smile.
How do you do the spoiler tag on Discord again?
The standing up bars twice on either side of it.
Thank you.
Why?
Well, you're coming back victorious. I have to write something out.
Oh.
I like to think word of Brianna's feet reaches them.
But yeah, I think Alexandria after a moment will pull away from Rosabella. She'll push herself up, straighten her shoulders, and then just tip her head back, and she's just going to howl to get the attention of the army.
It doesn't take too long. They come up and start surrounding you and questioning what the howl was about.
It appears we were successful. I am incredibly proud of each of you, even though we did not face combat completely. You have done something miraculous today and stood for your country, for every dog to come after you. We thank you from House Pomeranian. We thank you for your bravery, and hope that in the future, should we need you, that we can call on you again. And if yours time, we'll be marching back home. And she'll just kind of give a slight incline of her head of respect, and then just in the same way she's seen others do, raise her paw up and place it over her heart. I thank you deeply. Each of you have proven yourself good dogs. You may rest now, at ease.
You said the standing up ones? Which one is that again?
That is, boop boop, that one.
Thank you.
The absolute value bars.
Yeah. If you want to just copy paste down, those are the correct ones right there that I just put in. You can just copy paste them on both sides.
Nah, I got them. Thank you.
But yeah, after Alexander gives her speech and puts them at ease, she's just gonna help her grandfather up, help Rosabella up.
Yep, he will help her up, and as you are in the first night of walking back and settling down for camp, Rex will kind of show up with a bottle of brandy, and he is pouring all of you a shot.
Hell yeah.
And he will kind of look at Rosabella and, don't you have a letter to read?
Oh. Rosabella instantly, after everything that happened, she kind of forgot about the letter, not gonna lie.
It's letters from NPCs.
So
It's a letter from Luke.
she's gonna go to read the letter.
I had to
Because I
spoiler tag it because I wanted it to be like you're opening the letter.
So she opens it up and reads it. I'm reading this. Oh my god.
You gotta read it out loud. You gotta give us in the Rosabella reaction voice.
Oh, why would Rosabella read the letter out loud?
Yeah, Alexander's just ears forward, just like so intently staring.
Rosabella just looks at Alexandria, just. Must
Tail
I read
wagging.
it? Really?
You, at the very least, tell me if I think it is what it is.
as Rosabella's reading it. Hold on, I gotta reread it through it. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm gonna give you the idea of how long Rosabella takes to read.
It's
think-
short. It's the letters
Yes.
are kind of skewed and messy. It seems like he was drinking when he wrote it.
I think when it gets to the part where it says I cannot live my life without you, she definitely gets like this small little smile going on her face. And then she just kind of looks up at Alexandria and just,
Eyes sparkling.
well, I think he has something important to say.
He did not ask you in the letter. He didn't confess anything. Nothing.
He has something important to ask me.
I think Alexandria's tail is wagging just a little bit, and she just...
You'd think an autistic dog would know a bit more romance, but that's exciting. What do you think about it?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see until he asks me a question, huh?
You are absolutely leaving me in suspense.
Rosabella, there's still weight in the envelope.
Hold on, there's still what?
There's
still weight.
weight in the envelope.
I'm so sorry. You just you keep cutting out really
There
bad. I am
is
so
still weight in the envelope, as if something is still in it.
There's something in there?
Yeah, in the envelope.
Okay, she kind of like looks at the envelope and kind of looks inside.
There is a gold ring with a ruby cut into the shape of a rose.
Ring in the letter?
No, in the envelope.
In the envelope. He put the ring in the envelope. Is what I meant. But like,
Yeah, he put the ring in the envelope.
With a ruby cut into the shape of a rose. Rosabella! Ah!
Rosabella's gonna pull out the ring. Look at Alexandria.
Alexandria's tail's going nuts. It's creating like a cross breeze.
She's gonna look at Rex for a second. And she's gonna put the ring back in the envelope.
You're not
And
going
she's
to
gonna
put it
say-
on.
She's just gonna look and be like, well, he hasn't asked me anything, has he?
Rosabella.
Rosabella just smiles and just, I have my answer. But he has to ask it first.
And with that, there is a explosion visible from everyone, and the credits start rolling as this campaign of Pugmire, other than the epilogue, has came to an end.
Oh, oh my god.
End it. Oh my god!
Ah, guys, we successfully completed a campaign.
Oh my god!
Hey.
Oh my god! Oh my god! My first campaign is over. What do you mean?
And we have like 100 technical issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fitting. We've always said that if we didn't have technical issues at the end of Pugmire, it wouldn't be a Pugmire. It wouldn't be done.
And we only have
Alright.
technical issues.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. The next few episodes of Pugmire are going to be a recap and some epilogue stuff, but most of it we'll probably be able to handle in one session.
Oh, our hearts. What are we gonna do?
We're going to go to Shadowrun.
Woo!
Alright, so thank you, everybody, listening, and have a good night.